It's the Zach Sang Show. Zach Sang Show.
Hey, you got anybody? Oh, what?
Oh, hi. Hola.
Hello.
I ate a blackberry that's like all over me.
Hey, dude, it looks nice. How are you? Good to see you.
Hey.
This is Dan.
Hi, Dan. I'm trying not to turn so that we don't see my blackberry.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah, we don't need to see that.
I think it's nice.
Zach Sang Show. In the studio right now, Bebe Rexha. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm phenomenal. I'm so happy to have you here. It's beyond.
Really? Beyond?
Yes.
I never heard that one before. It's beyond.
I sometimes I have to come up with like new ways to just describe excitement.
I like that. Instead of saying like, it's awesome.
Well,
I say awesome a lot. I've been noticing that in like a lot of the interviews. I say awesome and amazing.
Well, so now do you get afraid, right? Every time awesome is on the tip of your tongue, do you stop yourself?
Yeah, and it kind of like ruins my train of thought. Because I want to say awesome all day.
How have these interviews been? You've been doing
We should do a
lot of
little
promo.
ticker like on the video to see how many times I say awesome and
We'll
amazing.
count. Dan, can you keep track?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
No, I'm not going to say it at all.
Radio promo right now.
Yeah.
Going crazy. You have a new single out Friday. It's out now. No Broken Hearts, Nicki Minaj. It's off the debut album. We met for the first time at the AMAs. I've been very excited to speak to you because I feel like you've seen this industry through so many different lenses, right? Mm-hmm. Like, let's have a brief recap. Like, you were in the Black Cards with Pete Wentz.
Yeah.
You were the lead singer.
Yes.
I remember watching the Black Cards perform at Bamboozle at MetLife Stadium when I think I might have been like 14 years old, and I was obsessed with you guys. And I remember when you came on, you were the hottest thing in the world. What?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, there was so much hype around it. You didn't feel
I know.
that?
I feel like there was a lot of hype, but I feel like we let. I don't know. I just felt like we let people down with the music. I feel like the music could have been way better. But go ahead, finish.
No,
But everybody has to start somewhere, right?
hey, I mean, like,
It was just a very confused thing, But
was it like a side project for Pete? Because that's kind of how it played.
I think Pete, like, honestly, is just. I think people only see one side of Pete, and it's like the Fall Out Boy. Like they kind of throw him in that like emo world, and that's who he is. And like him and Patrick really do have like when I've seen them, like I've written with Pete separately, and I've written with Patrick separately, and then I've written with them together. They really do have a very interesting, like when they come together, it's like magic. Pete's like this lyrical genius, and then Patrick comes up with these incredible melodies. And Patrick is like probably the only person, I probably could do it now, but he was able to take all these incredible poems that Pete would write and put them into these incredible songs. And they had this magic together. But I think something that people don't know about Pete is that he's also like he loves hip hop music.
Yeah.
Like he loves Kanye and Jay-Z and he's such a big fan of them and he loves like all types of music. So I think when Fall Out Boy was on hiatus, he really wanted to recreate like a cool sound and do something a little bit more fun. Have more fun with it, because I feel like he's always been I kind of see how he kind of got like he feels like maybe he might have got stuck in that world.
Exactly. And he wanted this to be like a reggae pop funk.
I think he was trying to figure out what he wanted it to be.
Yeah.
And I think he went to Jamaica. That was the original thing, and he really he loved reggae music, and I think it just made him feel happy because he's gone through a lot in his life too, and everybody's always fighting their battles. So I feel like that made him feel just happy as a human.
I get that.
So like he wanted to create that music, and he wanted to play that every night. And I think he still loved Fall Out Boy, and I knew they were going to get back together, but I think he just wanted a different departure for a second. And I understand that. You know what I mean?
Did he want? What did he want out of you? Did he want you to be his Patrick Stump for this project? Because you were the lead singer, but you wrote a lot.
I don't know what he really wanted. All I know is that he just wanted to make something fun, and like and we were just always kind of trying to find things. And I was still a new artist, and that was the first time I'd gotten signed. I was signed at Decadence, and then through L.A. Reid at Island. So I think he was just trying to figure out what it was, because they originally wanted like a certain looking girl, like they wanted a vibe, and a girl from the UK. And then here I come from Staten Island, like writing songs, like they're like Staten Island girl, like.
How surreal is that for you to be working with him? Because
honestly, it wasn't at all, because I told him too, like I love we're going down, but I never loved Fall Out Boy. I have love for them.
Exactly.
But they I was always like I was that Britney Spears type of girl. I'm not gonna lie. I told Pete that to his face, and he's like, that's dope. Like, cool. Like, that's even better for me. Because imagine like being on the tour bus with somebody who's like, I love Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
Like, I would be a little freaked out. I would like sleep with like, Mace or something, or if I was him,
The Black Cards changes your life forever.
Yeah.
From the Black Cards, you have like a bidding war for record labels, right? They want you.
Yeah.
And then Monster and Eminem, that really changes your life.
Yeah. Well, because I really didn't have like much money at the time, and my parents were like, I went through like, especially when you get signed and then you get dropped, you get bummed out because you want your music to be out there, and I just couldn't figure. I knew like that I wasn't ready, and I knew the songs weren't right. Because if you ever feel like self-conscious playing your songs, you should feel proud, and like as long as you love the songs, then like it's right for your moment. And I knew that I wasn't ready at the time, but I did get really bummed. I was like 19 years old, and I was like, damn, like what did I do wrong? Like I'm not good enough. Like how can I make this better? So like I would sit, in my parents' basement, and I was like more bummed out at that time, and I would write these songs. I would write for 16 hours a day and like record on Logic and like cut my vocals, and then that's when I like got like a little Selena Gomez placement, and then I got like a really big K-pop hit like out of nowhere. But then like I got like I did with the K-pop stuff, I didn't know how to like, I didn't have like a lawyer doing my stuff for me, so they were like really big hits.
You got screwed.
So I never really got any money for them, but they were like the biggest hits of all time in the K-pop world.
So how much are you getting off of that? Like,
what do you
right?
mean?
Like, so this song goes on to make millions,
like
of dollars.
a K-pop song, I don't know, like there's a little different other worlds, but you can, I don't know, it depends on how much your publishing is, but you can make hundreds of thousands to $1 million on a song.
And you didn't.
I made nothing off those songs because I didn't know. I had to like learn the hard way. So that was also that same timing. So I didn't know how, I thought music was just making music and having fun, and until like the real world kicks in, and your dad's like, I don't want you sitting in my basement, like, doing nothing with your life. And I'm like, I'm trying, I swear. Like I always believed it was like there's gonna be a payoff with this, and I had like $200 on my account, and that's when like, nobody would pick up my call, and then when I did the Monster, that's when everything kind of,
that was a life changer.
It changed a lot. And I remember shopping that record because I really wanted to get a record deal, and a lot of at that time, like right before before I got like did a whole new EP and then shopped again. That time nobody mess with that song. They thought it was too weird.
Well, because you wanted it to be, it was originally meant for your debut album, right? You wanted to put it on your album.
Yeah.
When did you realize that you wanted to sell it, and who was the person who heard it?
I never wanted to sell it.
Okay.
Ever wanted to sell that song.
How did
it was originally going to be me and Eminem.
Okay.
And then
that's huge.
And then they kept the and they're like, we're going to keep this part. Like, I'm like, why do you want those background vocals? Because we just want them, but we're going to try to get somebody else in the song. And I was like, no, please, because I knew that nobody could hit those notes. And then when I heard the Rihanna version, that's all my vocal. That's all my voice.
Are you insulted in that moment? How do you feel?
Back then, probably a little bit, because I was, when you're, like I just like, you're like, you're just like, got kicked out of a deal, and like you want to be on a song, but that song changed my life so much. I don't really care. It's like, because it's like I guess you could say that is a background vocal, so
you still get paid for it.
Yeah, so no, I mean, money. So see, the thing with me is people say that is like money really, and honestly, I've never cared about money ever in my life.
But you do it for the art.
Yeah, like even when I was broke, I really didn't care, and I just like figured out ways to like make it work. Like I just don't care about money at all. Like I like nice things. Don't get me wrong. I like to like eat nice. I like, if I have to like waste my money on something, it's food.
Okay, would you spend your money on?
No, I swear, like I love food so much. Like,
that's all I spend money on.
I just want to have good meal. If I could have good meals all day, every day, I'll be so happy. Yeah. But then now I have to like I'm doing these award things, so now I can't even eat.
You gotta look good. Yeah.
And then I have to like wear cool clothes.
The investment goes elsewhere. When you get your first check from Monster, what do you buy with it?
What did I even do? I don't even know what I did. I don't remember. I think I gave my parents some money. I don't know. I don't even remember, honestly. I don't even know where that money went.
Wow. Okay.
Just like, I didn't buy a car. I didn't do anything.
You started at the age of 4, right?
Yeah, I started singing at 4.
And then you did high school musicals in your high school on Staten Island?
Yeah, it's the only thing my dad would let me do.
Why no more? What you weren't allowed to do open mics or anything?
No way. My dad's like from like Albania, like super strict. Like he's like, you gotta come home after school. Like I want to see you home at 4 o'clock. And I'm like, but can I stay after school longer to do the school show? And he's like, okay, yeah, as long as it's in school. So I would do like all the school shows.
And do you remember the first song you ever wrote?
I thought, oh my gosh, yes. So bad.
What is it?
How
old were you?
Like real song, like when I was playing on piano and stuff like that.
I
like
mean,
14, 15.
Okay.
Like real song, like on piano.
Do you remember what it was about?
Yeah, it was so corny. It was like I wasn't even in love. It was called, and it was like the lyrics like, it was so stupid. I was into neo soul for a second.
Okay.
I don't know. I had like all these weird phases. Like I played trumpet for like 9 years. Yeah, because like there was no, like I wanted to play flute or like piano, and like to do piano, your parents would have to pay for the piano lessons, and my parents were like, we're not paying for that, like that's too expensive. So I was like, okay. So I went to they put me as a trumpet player, whatever. So I did that for like 9 years, so uncool. And then some guy the other day was like, "That's kind of hot." I was like, "I've never heard that, but cool." I was like, "Yes." No, but I did that, and then I went into choir, and then I got into like classical music because I found out I could sing opera like really well.
Really?
Like I don't know what the hell. Like it was just weird. I was in a class and they were doing like, it was a weird moment where they were doing the scale, and the teacher was like, "Welcome to the choir class," and they do the scale, and I kept on going higher and higher and higher until everybody in the room dropped out, and I was like the only one doing the scale. And she's like, "You, my love, are a coloratura." And I'm like, "What's a coloratura?" And she's like, "You have a whistle voice." And I'm like, "Oh, that's really cool." And then I find out that's what like Mariah Carey has.
Whistle
right?
tone, man.
The whistle tone is really cool.
Rihanna has it too, I think.
Yeah, like really high, really pretty.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
So I got into classical, and then I got into like the neo soul moment, and I wrote a song called "Boy, You Know I Love You." It's like it's like just not great.
Give me the hook. Give me something.
I remember it too. It's so bad. If my mom was here, I would have her sing it, but it's so bad. Flo, do you remember it? How does it go?
I don't know. You have to sing it.
Your brother is sitting on the couch right now, chilling.
Yeah, my brother's sitting on the couch singing it. Just, "Boy, you know I love you. You know I really do. Every time I see your face, I fall more in love with you."
Yo, I would hear that today on the radio.
No way.
You don't think so?
I don't know. It's just like when I listened to that, I was trying to write songs for like a long time of what I think people would like, and I should have been writing like at that time. I was not in love. Like I was such a nerd. Like I didn't even like kiss a boy yet. You know what I mean? Like I should have been writing like about like I don't know, math or something. But like
math, trumpet, choir practice.
Yeah, perfect. Unibrow.
You had a unibrow?
A really bad one. Yeah.
At what age do you lose the unibrow?
I don't remember. It was like a blur.
Who tells you that?
I want it to be all a blur.
Who tells you and says, Phoebe, like the unibrow?
Oh, I knew it was there. I just wasn't allowed to do it. My mom was like, you can start wearing makeup at this age. You could do like, she was just trying to have like a little bit of rules in the house because I feel like she didn't want me to get caught up in. Is my hair getting crazy?
No, you're good.
She didn't want me to get it like caught up in like looks and like all the wrong things. So I grew up with like a very like, like family, like a really like a family, like a real family type of, I don't know, what's the word I'm
real
using?
family type of vibe? I mean, you're Albanian.
Yeah,
I have Albanian friends. Like, I know.
So they're like very like, like you don't want to like, my mom was like, it'll make it more exciting when you get older to like,
the values
shave your legs.
Yeah. So when you're 22, you can shave your legs.
Yeah. When you're 18. Yeah.
The values are like strict. I mean, they keep their values. They do.
I kind of like it though. It's kind of cool. I kind of like
No, I dig it.
I just feel like if I see my like cousins too. They're like 11 or 12, and they're already like putting on makeup and stuff, and it kind of bums me out because I'm like these like just recently I was like, oh, I don't want to like I like wearing makeup, but I used to put like black and like red and like pink and it was like a lot, and I like having makeup, but like sometimes but like every day like I'm just I put some foundation on and like a little bit of lipstick, but when I see my cousins, they're like 11 and 12, I'm like, they're so beautiful and their skin is so perfect, but that's what society's built up, so I think it's kind of nice.
They're tarnishing something that's already beautiful. Mm-hmm. What do your parents think today? I mean, your brother's with you.
Yeah, he's like my number one. I love him. I
mean, are they still amazed? Like, do they live in like a constant state of like low key awe?
I think they'll be in awe when I can like I can't buy them like a house yet. I want to give them something nice in LA. But I think like when like they're like when I can like have them settled, I want them to be like retired. That's like my goal. That's honestly like my goal because like families are really important to me. So I just don't want them. My dad's still like he was a chef and he still does like scaffolding with my uncle. So like he's 50 something now. So it's like it's too much on his body. So like my goal is to like get them out of work. I feel like that's all our goals.
That's an amazing goal.
Yeah.
And that's a goal that will keep you on track. That will fuel you.
It actually does. It's like, family has become really important to me. I think I'm out of that phase of like I'm mad at everybody and everything in the world. You go through those phases.
Well, you get old enough to realize that like all those fights were dumb and those phases were stupid, and you realize what's really important.
Yeah,
right?
like I remember I used to walk in the mall with my parents and I was so embarrassed.
Oh my God, same.
Mom, come on, get away. Yeah. And then like, my friends would walk up to me and she'd be like, "Hi, I'm Bebe's mom." And I'd be like, she's like, "I'm going to walk with you guys to this makeup store." And I'm like, this is so embarrassing.
I feel like it's like the same upbringing.
No. Like, or like she'd be like 10 feet away from me. Yeah. And then one time like this guy came up to me and I was like so nervous. I was like, and then my dad was like, my dad was there too. He's like, "Why is that guy talking to you?" And I'm like, "Dad, he's gay." He's like, "I don't care. He still has a penis."
Oh, I love that. Your parents, where do they live now? Are they still in Staten Island?
Yeah, they're in Staten Island.
Do they come back and forth?
Yeah, I actually I buy their plane ticket and I'll be like, "Hey, Dad, you're coming to LA tomorrow," and he'd be like, "What?" And I'm like, "Please," well, because they'll never come. You know, like they always feel like, I don't want my daughter to wasting her money. Like they just, it's an old like school mentality. Like, no, don't waste your money. I'll see you on FaceTime. And then I have to like call them and be like, "I got your ticket. Like you're coming tomorrow to LA. Yeah."
Get to JFK. 8
yeah,
a.m.
that's what I tell them. I text them the time and like the airline.
I love it. That's amazing.
I'm trying to get them to come out here. They refuse.
Me, Myself, and I, right? What is the process for that song? And like, how does it work for you? Is it, do you experience something and then do you go to voice memos? Do you go to your notes? Do you sit down at a piano?
I don't know, it's different. I don't know, because I thought, I was like, okay, there has to be like a technique, because all these like big famous writers and producers have like techniques. And I'm like, there's no technique. The Monster was on piano. Me, Myself, and I was originally called I Don't Need Anything. It was on piano. I'm going to put that on my album. It's like the real like stripped down version of it. It's insane.
It's probably beautiful.
It's really like amazing. I'll play a clip out for you free, but it's amazing. And then Hey Mama was to track. Like it's just and then I freestyle that hook, and then Take Me Home with Cash was to track, like everything, and there's pre-written like lyrics. Everything's just different, like it's just different. I was like, oh my god, like how am I gonna recreate these things? And it's just different every time, and
it just happens for you.
Yeah.
So is there not what out of your library is based off of like solely personal stuff?
All of it.
Everything.
Yeah, like I never write anything that's not personal.
How does it happen? So if you have an experience, so say the story behind Me, Myself, and I, right?
Oh yeah.
What happened there?
Me, Myself, and I, well, G wrote it, like, we originally wrote it on piano.
Okay.
And it was at this house, like off of Sunset. It was really cool. It was like a studio house. And it was like me and Lauren Christie and a couple of our friends. And we were just all hanging out by the pool, and we wrote the song. And I said it would be really cool. I said right now how I'm feeling, I was like, it would be really cool to like write a love song to music. Because it's been like really the only constant. I was like in the dark time. I was like, it's been really the only constant that's kind of stayed in my life and had my back. And sometimes the only person that really has your own back is yourself. And music. And we wrote like a love song to music. And then G went in and kind of put his twist on it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. If you listen to the lyrics, like everybody sings like, "Woo, it's just me, myself, and I." But the hook is, "I don't need anything to get me through the night except the beat that's in my heart." Yeah, like the music does me right. You know what I mean? So it's like it's very like cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
Wow. When you think about music and you think about art, I mean, it does so much for you, but it does so much for somebody else. Like,
absolutely.
Right? It's
like an anthem for people, I feel like. Even like The Monster with Eminem and Rihanna, it's like, when we had originally written that, it was a song about actually accepting yourself. Yeah. And that's why I think, it's interesting to see how Eminem or like G-Eazy, when they take the original songs and they make them their own, because Eminem ended up making it about like his struggle and his, his life. Yeah. But, The Monster is actually about like, it's an acceptance record. It's about like, and crazy is actually not actually crazy when we say, yeah, you think I'm crazy, well, that's nothing new. It's actually like I don't fit in. It's like I don't fit in song, and it's just the way that I was born, and that's what kind of anthem they are, and anthems they are, and then people, and then the artists go in and kind of,
that's okay,
the artists kind of go in and like make it their own.
Dude, like, but it's amazing to understand like your meaning behind the song and how I translate it and make that song relate to me.
That's
right?
Great, yeah.
Like Me, Myself, and I, the beat that's within my heart. I had no idea that there was a connection to music there.
Oh yeah, it's actually, a lot of people don't know it. It's actually a love song to music. It's actually like, because music, there's a quote about like your career never wakes up and says it doesn't love you. To me, it's like music will never wake up and say it doesn't love me. It'll always be. That's the one thing that I'll always be connected to for the rest of my life. See, like love, people come and go, love comes and go, friendships come and go, no matter what. That's life. Family members come and go, but the one thing that will always stay for me is my music.
I love it.
Unless I like, listen to music too loud and like go deaf, God forbid.
Knock on wood.
This is
not wood.
Not wood.
Is that wood?
It could be.
That is wood.
I'm not an expert. I work at a radio show.
Okay.
Knock on your iPhone.
Yeah. That wood case?
No. Just the iPhone.
Just cause.
How many songs right now do you have finished, and how many songs do you have just rough concepts that you might have like a few words written down? Like how do you work that?
I don't know. I have a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't write like constantly. People are like, do you write like in your phone? I used to do that. I don't do that anymore. Like if I'm like doing like, if I have like a month, I could write for not a month, and then I could write for a month. It's really weird. I go through like moments.
So will you sit down? Will you like binge it all together? So if you know you have to get songs done, will you sit down for like a few weeks and just bang them out?
No.
Just when it happens, it happens.
Yeah. Like I'll just freestyle things, or like something will be bothering me and I'll just sing it into the mic.
Wow. Which artists have you worked with that you've learned the most from? Because you learned a lot from Pete. I mean, that must have been.
Yeah, I did.
You went into it, and that's an incredible.
I learned a lot, like,
experience.
about the business and like in-ears and like every like little things. Like I learned so much about that.
But things you need to gather to be a real professional.
I don't know if I don't know who I learned a lot. I don't know. There could so many people. I'll say that the person that I feel like I felt the most energy from, I wouldn't say learned about, but I worked with her for 2 days. But like something about her, I was like, I knew there's something special with Sia before anything, even before the David she had the Sub-Zero stuff and like her own solo stuff. But this was before she played me the demo of Titanium in the studio, but it had originally had Mary J. Blige on it.
What?
Yeah, and she was like, oh, this is a Mary J. Blige song, but they said they might keep me on it because they love the way I sound on it, and it was Titanium. And I remember the first time I heard it, I was like going crazy. I was like, oh my God. And then I worked with her, and she was like insane, like in an amazing way. Like it's just the way she writes, and it's just amazing.
It's
amazing.
Well, she comes at it with so much passion and life struggle, and it's like
I love it. I love the way she writes because, like, she has a different style than me. But I think musically, we have like our own, like we're in our own little world. But I will say that like the way that we write is based on feeling. So a lot of writers also write with structure. Yeah. They'll take the same chords. I can't write like that. I tried writing with a lot of like producers and writers like that, and they end up like hating me. They're really big, but I like to work a different way. That's why I love like hip hop culture too, because when I work with a lot of hip hop producers, it's just vibe. It's like you go in the studio at 9 o'clock at night. You know, when you do pop sessions, it's like you go into the studio, everybody's like, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. Yeah, would you like something to drink? Cool. And then start writing in the first 10 minutes. Whereas like when you go to like a hip hop session or like more like urban, like it's like everybody just sits around, and like when we want to start writing, when we feel like writing, we'll start writing.
You actually get to know each other. You relax.
You chill. You talk about life, and that's like the best.
You worked with Iggy on Team, didn't you?
Yeah. We did Team together.
She had like great things to say about you.
Yeah, really, she's a really like a sweetheart, and she's just so beautiful. Like when I work with her, I just can't stop looking at her face.
Yeah, it's a good face.
I was staring at her face. I'm not gonna lie.
So gorgeous, right? Like
she's like really naturally
beautiful. And I just like I like her. I wish people could see like more of like I love her personality so much. I feel like that's been like not hidden, but I feel like people need to know who like she really is, because she's actually really blunt, and it's awesome, and like the best way.
Honest, real, and pretty genuine, man.
Yeah, like very genuine.
And she gets a terrible rap, and it pisses me off, and it's just one of the laundry list of issues I have.
Yeah.
You know, with the way the world works now, and that brings me to my next question. You mentioned it here, right? You know, working with hip hop producers, it's a different vibe. Working with pop producers, it's a structure, right?
Yeah.
You know, we've had artists come in here, and you know, they can tell you in their minds what makes a hit. It's making sure that like you know, the key that the song is in is here, and like all of this stuff. Is that what is wrong with pop music today? That we're looking to fill an equation rather than create from passion?
I don't know what's wrong with it, but I'll tell you that every time that I've ever had a hit, I've never tried to fill the equation. Like I've always just never followed mainstream. I've never listened to mainstream radio and said I want to make a song like that.
Yeah.
So I've done that before, but those songs have gone. And maybe I've done it a couple of times. Everybody does something, but those songs never go anywhere. The songs that changed music or like become like big records are the ones that you just feel are different and unique, and you just want to like put it out. And there's just a feeling that you have, and I just follow like off my gut feeling.
How do you feel when you listen to a radio station? I don't know how much you listen, but I'm sure you listen now. I mean, you have your own tracks on there.
Yeah.
And then Team right now is spinning. You have a Monster. I mean, what kind of validation goes on within your head when you're listening to a radio station, and in 1 second they're playing Me, Myself, and I, and then 4 seconds later they're playing Team or they're playing Monster?
It's very cool. I mean, I don't say like, oh my God, I'm like validated, and like now I'm like, you know, now I've made like, I don't like do that ever. I'm just like,
how do you feel? I mean,
it's very cool. I mean, like it's kind of exciting every time, you know. It's like cool, like, you know, when you're like a kid, you're like, how do I get on the radio, you know, like it's awesome. But the best thing for me is like when my dad calls me or my mom calls me and they're like, we just heard you on the radio. They'll snap me or like send me like a text message every single time, and then every time I just send them like exclamation points and like happy faces, because it's like cool, you know. It's like, you know, especially like I will say something like, especially in the music business, you can get very jaded very quickly because everybody's so like worried about the number one spot, and they forget. So you could really forget all that stuff. So, you know, like I was coming on the way here, and Me, Myself, and I was playing, and like I made them turn up the radio. I'm like, because this is really cool. It's really, really cool, you know. So I try to remember that. Like when I was younger, I would have like, I would have like probably cried my eyes out.
Cried,
I remember when somebody
everything,
like
yeah.
put my one of my songs on a podcast or something on SoundCloud, and I couldn't believe it. I was like shocked. I remember like playing it and like recording myself like crying like, I was like, wow. I was like so silly.
Well, you had very supportive parents. I mean, you were winning songwriting awards from a young age. I mean, they were taking you to conventions and like.
No, they didn't.
No?
No, they did. I mean, my mom was very supportive. My dad was a little. It took him a little bit of a second. We did like this thing called NARIS. It's like National Recording Academy.
Yeah.
They have this thing called Grammy Career Day, and which is so awesome. And I know Alicia Keys did it, and Chris Brown did it, and I submitted a song with my friends. We were like in this little girl group way back in the day. Yeah.
Yes.
That's cool.
It's called Aloria. Oh my god.
What?
Hello. You know,
It's funny. And have you ever watched Guy Code?
Yeah.
Melanie Iglesias, one of the girls from Guy Code, was in my band.
Stop it.
Yeah, we went to the same school, and I thought it was funny.
So, okay,
We try to hang out all the time, but we're always busy.
Who is the poor third girl? What is she doing?
Her name is Melissa Taby. I don't know where she is. I think she just wants to be like a brain surgeon or something. She was very smart.
Wow, you guys went in like crazy different
Yeah,
directions.
right?
But you're doing pretty well. you
Yeah,
know?
I think we're all doing well. But it was funny. We did this song, we submitted it, and then there was like 700 entries, and then I got selected, and I met Chris Brown before Run It even became big, and he performed for us, and he was this manager, and like we met all these people, and that was like the first official moment that I was like, oh, maybe I can really write songs, and it was like, yeah.
And that it changed everything for you.
Yeah, it changed everything, yeah.
Yeah, how was it working with Nicki Minaj on No Broken Hearts?
It was awesome. We did Hey Mama together, and we did the iHeart Awards. I don't know if I can say that. Whatever. We did the iHeart Awards. In Vegas, and I met her there, and she was all her dancers, and it was cool. And then after doing that, we had such big success on that. It was cool. It kind of helped to like do No Broken Hearts, and we wanted to like recreate that. And you get scared sending a song to somebody because you could easily say no. You know what I mean?
Always.
Well, did you write that song with her in mind?
No, I just wrote the song. I wrote so many songs, and I wrote that song one day, and I was like, the VMAs were playing in the background. I was like, wow. I was like, I kind of like knew. I was like, this song is gonna be very, very special. I actually freestyled that song, and I said, this is gonna be I feel it. It's a very special song, and I was like, I want to send this to Nicki, and I sent it to her, and she like immediately responded, cut it, and then was like, no, wait. This could be better. Like right before the video, I was like, no, and then recut it again. Yeah, it doesn't happen. Like usually, if somebody, they'll do. I've had, I have other songs now with other rappers, and like they'll cut it once and then they'll be done with it. But she is such a perfectionist, and she's so amazing. She's like, I'm gonna go back in, and she's just like, honestly, she's like awesome.
So now,
awesome, amazing.
When you're looking to talk to people to work with, right?
Yeah.
Nicki, or you mentioned that you saw Sierra like at the gym or something.
Yeah.
Is there a part of you that's like, okay, I want to be on this track?
First of all, I want to say, like, Sierra is the sweetest person I've ever met, and she's the most beautiful human I've ever met.
I see her
being
on
around
social
her, I was
media
like,
and I get good vibes.
She's so beautiful. She's so, and like, no, I swear, and I'm like, I don't say it, like, I just, like, oh my gosh, like, these girls are, like, she's so stunning. But go ahead, I'm sorry. I just say that. I'm just thinking about it.
Do you want to now be on these records, right? Do you feel like instead of giving over a track completely, is the rule now, this is a hit, I want to be on this song with you?
I don't know. I just write songs.
And where it goes, it goes?
I mean, I know where the hits are. I mean, I did this song the other day that I love, and then they were like hit me up, and they're like, this big artist, like, cut it. And I was like, another girl, And I was like, oh, cool. I was like, I didn't even like finish my album yet, but cool. Like, I had no idea, But I don't know. I see how, now it's like I kind of just want to finish my album because I want to put one of the best albums together. And like for myself, so that's my goal.
Is it hard to decide which can go to everyone and which
you
stays
never
with
know sometimes, some songs work better for other people.
Are you nervous at all? Because either way you win.
You get nervous. You can win either way, but like like when you write songs, I never write songs in mind for anybody. Like I tried to do a session for Britney the other day, but I wrote it for her in mind, and I just didn't do a good job because I have to write the song as if it's for me, and it has to be real to me, and that's what I feel like is the best records.
That's awesome.
When you try to write for somebody, it just like starts sounding like their old stuff, and it's just not. I never do a good job.
Will you get into the studio with someone like Britney and collaborate with her to see what's going on in her life?
Yeah. I think it has to be like, but I think everything has to be very like, very like authentic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you never want to force anything. If you meet somebody and you have like a moment and you feel like you connect to them and you just like them as a human. Like when I met Iggy, I was like, wow, I really like this girl and I really want her to win because I think she's actually like really genuine and she's a dope chick. And I think she just got caught up in like, people, just media and like people just.
Exactly. I
don't know, people are just sometimes like mean, and I think she's really awesome. You have you have entertainers of the world.
Yeah.
You know, like they're great entertainers. You have people who are, you know, write their own songs, and they're like, that's, you know, that's what their vibe is. And then you have people who do both. I feel like Michael did that. He was both.
Yes.
He, like, when I watched his documentary the other day, I was like, this guy is like literally both. Like, it's just like, I never really knew, because I like, you know, I knew of Michael, obviously. Who doesn't know of Michael? But I never like got into him like that, because it was like way past like, you know, my age. And my mom didn't, like, my mom listened to Michael, but she loved Thriller and all that stuff. But her thing was Madonna and like, and when I watched his documentary, I was like, wow, like it was just crazy. And then I ended up working at the studio that he like worked at.
That's unreal.
Where he wrote Thriller, the whole album. I was just shocked. Like it felt really, I felt nervous. I was like, I have to write a hit in here. I was like this is so nerve wracking. Like Michael wasn't here. He touched his thing, and I was like touching the walls and stuff. I started getting crazy.
I'm now picturing you like up against rubbing the
like
walls.
liking the walls and like you know.
Anything to be closer to you, Michael.
Yeah, I felt a very strong energy in there. Like
Well, I can only
when I walked
imagine.
into the room, it was like a thing, like a big weight came on my shoulders.
Do we have a date for the album?
I don't think we have a date. I mean, I don't know. My manager who left the room knows all that stuff. What, Flo? Are you looking? You know? Oh,
Flo, do you know the date for the album?
What we have right now in our living room is a whiteboard with all the song titles. The song titles and like what needs to be finished. And then Flo, who's my brother, we have a lot of people come over the house, and he's like, people are reading them. I see them. He's like they're reading the things, and he's like, I'm moving it. So he like moved into the other room, and I'm like, wow, I'm like, he's doing a better job than I, because I don't know. I'm like people are coming over, like photographers and like you know, I'm doing interviews at my house, and then I have like this big whiteboard at my house with all, it's like so obvious. It's like and it says Bebe Rexha album, you know, and it's like so obvious, and like all the song titles are there, and all the features are there, and I'm like, well, yeah, Flo, that's really smart of you. I was like, I know I have you around for a reason. My brother's like kind of like,
well done.
No, but I think.
Do you like living together? Like, has this new life brought you two closer?
No.
Always this close?
It hurts my feelings. He's a no. It's tough, you know. I mean, like he's my baby brother, so like I want to take care of him too, you know. And I feel like he's my BS detector.
Good.
Like he's really good at like noticing like who's BS around me.
Well, you also
Or, like,
need that, right? And like he's the person who
no matter what, he keeps me like humble.
Yeah.
Like he'll put me like, he'll be like, yo, like you're just like, it wasn't really cool of you. Why did you do that? Or like, you know what I mean? Like him and I are equal. Like, you know, I will never like.
And no matter what, you can trust him.
Or he could but we used to fight though a lot when we were little. Yeah. So we could still fight today. We never fight though anymore.
Different
because I'll
fights?
hurt him though. Even though he's way taller than me.
And is there a part of you that's kind of like also like your sister's the boss, right? She's the boss
Come here,
bitch in
Flo.
this
Come here, Flo.
equation.
Come here.
You can get on a microphone if you want. Take Dan. Could you
Come here,
move
Flo.
yours over?
Come here by me.
Or you can go by
Oh, yeah,
BB.
just say, do you feel like I'm the boss?
Do you feel like? Is there a moment where you're afraid of her?
Yeah. There's moments when she could be like.
No.
No, I mean like it's gonna happen. I mean at the end of the day, like she has to be the boss.
Oh, definitely.
Bitch.
Well, yeah, I'm here for her. So I mean, like she's the one that lays down the rules, you know.
Yeah.
So if she's like, oh, this is not right, this is that, I'm like there, I'm like panicking. I'm like, all right, how can I get this to be good, you know? So I'm like trying to think outside the box, you know, and just trying to get everything right. So
I love it.
I don't want him to say anything bad.
No.
My question is like, what is the rule now with women and bringing women back to the house?
Oh no.
Never.
No.
What is it? And you're not allowed.
Well, he had like he had his
No, I never bring anyone around the house.
Oh well, your friend's friend had to pee. Like this was like a random person came in my house and I had to pee, but I was like up, like I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, and I see like this random like blonde chick in my house and I was like freaked out. You know what I mean?
So is that like a rule? Like no friends?
I just do it out of respect. No, I don't bring anyone around.
Cool.
Only cool friends. If I have like visiting or you know, I'm just like, oh, you know,
I
come
just
through
think
and
it's a
check it out.
respect thing too, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
And because it's her
We're about
house.
to go on tour too, so it's like. That's
Well, I'm pretty like iffy too, and BB has people around the house. I'm like, who's this around the house?
Good.
I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like her friends will bring friends over.
Like, it's my house though.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? You're right. I'll see you later.
No, he left. He went out with his friends the other night, and I didn't know that he left because I fell asleep and I saw him fall asleep on the couch.
Okay.
And then he like went out with his friends, and I woke up in the middle to
It's
get
like 3
water.
a.m.
And he wasn't there, and I was like, and the door was open, and I was like, oh my god, he disappeared! Like somebody stole my brother. I was like freaking out. So yeah.
So do we like living together? Is this we're good?
Definitely cool. Yeah, we're. It's like definitely a different moment where we. No. Well, it's a different part of life. We're definitely older, you know, and like you start to realize
Gosh, you're
certain
making
things.
us seem like we're old.
No, I mean,
No, it isn't. Because when you're younger, you like fight, you butt heads and
like,
stuff.
we're-
Yeah.
Brother
we were
sister
fighting.
love, and now it's just like
He pulled
definitely.
my hair. He pulled a lot of my Barbie dolls, the heads off.
I
Every time I came home. And then one time he hit me when I was little, like, but I was what was I, 8 and you were 4? He hit me with a water gun and I had to go to school with a friggin' black eye. It was so bad.
Dude, I was that piece of too. You know what I mean? Like I did that to my sister. But now like as you get older, right? You know, you mature, life goes on, and like I feel like you have so much life now thrown at both of you.
Yeah.
There's so much to navigate, and it's awesome to navigate it together.
It's like having a best friend, you know.
Exactly.
When you get to realize it.
Look at
Yeah, so.
Am I your best friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I love it.
Are you touring with Ellie Goulding?
Yeah, I'm going on tour with Ellie Goulding. I'm taking him with me. I'm taking the BS detector with me.
You need to come. I mean, that's a pretty
He's
cool
gonna
tour.
do merch. He's gonna be at the merch table. Flo's gonna be at the merch. No, I don't. I don't know what you're gonna do.
Go see Flo at the merch table. When are you going on tour?
April 5th.
Are you excited?
Very. I'm nervous and excited. Well, because we're starting rehearsals now, so.
Wow, Ellie Goulding. That's an amazing tour to be on.
Yeah, and she's a bad bitch, you know.
She's pretty cool.
She is. She writes her songs, like, you
Totally.
know what I mean, and she's been killing it. Like she's really been like, and she started from the SoundCloud days and the blogs, and look how far she's come. So it's really cool. It's gonna be the Blonde Ambition tour.
Hell yeah, that makes me happy.
Yeah, it's
when
really
you come
cool.
to LA, I gotta come.
It's like No Broken Hearts with Nicki, and then now Ellie Goulding and BB, and it's gonna be awesome. It's cool.
Look at 2016 for me. You have a tour, hopefully an album out.
Yeah.
Any other collaborations? I mean,
Yes.
Sierra's coming up to you at the gym, dude.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Like, is there an artist like still today that you can't believe has reached out to do something with you?
Now I'm gonna seem like a bitch now.
Everybody.
Nobody. If I was like, I don't know. He's like, no, nobody. No, I mean,
Who's the most recent? I'll ask that. That's easier.
like to do has reached out to me. Or I mean, it's
To do a collaboration or to buy a song of yours?
to do a collaboration, probably like ASAP Ferg. He's cool.
Pretty cool.
Yo Gotti.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm like naming the rappers. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, but like I feel like a lot of people are seeing the success of you and G-Eazy.
I mean, you want to go back DMX? I mean, I got a hit from Nelly. I got a hit up from seriously.
Wow.
No, I just haven't had time to like, you know. But like these people are really dope. Like you never like you people come back and you never know what you could create. You know, you just never know. It's just gotta be timing. You know.
So is that it? So like you'll take all these requests, they'll kind of lay in the back burner of your mind, and if you have something that works, you go to all the requests you've received and you say, you know what, this could be a great Nelly track.
Yeah, you just never know. Like that's how. Yeah, you know what I mean. So even like what was his name? I forgot to call him back. But Dale. Who's that? Dale con Dale. Huh? Who? Not Don Omar. I'm sorry, wrong song. Dame gasolina.
Daddy Yankee.
Daddy Yankee. Yes.
Yankee.
Yeah, I got a call from Daddy Yankee the other day.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
So yeah, right. Like we grew up on them. You know.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bebe Rexha,
Thanks.
No Broken Hearts out with Nicki Minaj right now.
Yes.
We've covered so much. We've talked about your life. We've talked about your parents. We talked to your brother Flo.
I know. I talked so much.
Your BS detector. This is where you can speak, my friend. Mi casa
Yeah.
es su casa.
Yes.
You're an incredibly talented human being, and
Thank you.
can speak to you forever. And I love talking to artists like you because it really makes me happy. You know.
Can you imagine? We should have got like you know wigs and like old granny stuff, and we should have been like still talking. You know.
A nice time lapse.
Yeah, time lapse on the phone.
That's like a concept that
camera.
Jill would pick.
Yeah.
We'll do that next time you come in.
Hilarious.
I
We'll
thought
put
she
that
was
together.
about to say we should have had a sleepover, and I would have been like,
We should wear like the
we've done
same
it.
exact thing next time we see each other.
I've done that bit. I've done that bit too.
Really? Oh, yeah.
We had some artisan,
Who?
Maya.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
wow,
that's
yeah,
right,
it's really dope.
No, not that Maya.
Oh,
a different
sorry,
person. Not like Maya.
Not the cool Maya. Not the
Oh,
Maya that
Maya.
matters.
Aww.
No, this is like some ABC Family Maya. You know.
Oh, okay.
She's like.
But
a
we
li-
plan to wear the same outfit and like dupe everyone here. It's pretty
Wow.
funny.
It was,
cute.
Yeah, it was okay. Bebe Rexha.
Okay.
No, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, that's so mean. Thank
Bebe
you.
Rexha, you're an amazing human being. I love talking to you. Your life is fascinating to me. Your team is amazing. I like Flo. You have a tour
Yeah,
coming
Flo.
up. Ellie
Yeah.
Goulding. Wow. 2016, you pumped?
Yes. Very pumped.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks for hanging out with me.
Much appreciated.
Yes.
Baby
Rexha.
Sweetheart, he's the greatest, you know?
He's an amazing
Cute.
guy.
Very, very cute.